Hello, everyone. We really have an economic situation where companies are struggling, manufacturers are struggling, organizations are struggling, businesses are struggling, private industries, private businesses, they are all struggling. But what you have is, meanwhile, government is busy wasting money, destroying the environment, just spoiling everything. Imagine spending billions, just using billions to pay consultancy fee and just sharing monies amongst yourself. You bring your companies and you're sharing half a billion there, quarter of a billion here, quarter of a billion there, just because you can. Meanwhile, the environment, the ecosystem is being destroyed and businesses are unable to cope. The latest one is Cadbury. Cadbury is seeking for it's $7.7 million foreign loan conversion to equity. Naira depreciation, dollar that was 400 and something before at official rate, now you want to buy it, you're talking about 1,200 naira or more. That's around where dollar is. So when they borrowed this money, probably dollar was at 400 and something. Let's even say 500, right? So if you get your 500 naira, your more naira and 500, you can easily pay $1. Now you have to get that same money. Meanwhile, businesses has gone down. Let me just explain it to you guys more. Businesses have gone down because disposable income is not much in people's hand. They can't, but there's inflation, there's unemployment, there's what they call stagflation, all at the same time. Inflation and unemployment going on at the same time. So businesses are not even making as much money. And then now, for those who borrowed money in foreign currency, they have to earn more naira to be able to pay. Let me just read this report that is coming out from leadership. It says Cadbury Nigeria has offered to swap its $7.7 million debt, which is about 7.03 billion naira, owned to Cadbury Schweppes Overseas Limited for more equity. You know this. So Cadbury is like a multinational company. You have the ones in different countries, then there's a main one out there. So they borrowed these monies from them. Cadbury Nigeria is the one that borrowed this money from them, from its parent company, sort of. So Cadbury Nigeria, in a statement released on Tuesday, said it borrowed $23 million from Cadbury Schweppes to settle outstanding third-party loans obtained to fund raw material imports and other input costs. The liberalization of the foreign exchange market in June 2023 and attendant devaluation of the currency put further pressure on the company as the naira value of the current foreign currency denominated loans increased significantly, the firm said. So all of that removal, and then the fact that dollar has gone up. If you need a dollar, what you need to pay is much, and they borrowed this money from dollar. If they had borrowed it in naira, it would have stayed the same. They would be paying whatever amount that they had borrowed. Then it won't be the value now of that $7 million is now like over 7 billion. But of course, if they had borrowed it in naira, then it wouldn't be up to this amount what you'll be paying. So this is one of the the cost that businesses are facing. According to the firm, this resulted in an unrealistic exchange loss of 20.6 billion naira and a loss after tax of 10.2 billion for the period ended September 30th, 2023. Just imagine, not just because of a decision that was made, just because of this thing, the exchange rate difference. Look at the amount of billions that this company has had to lose. Cadbury Nigeria said that it has been able to repay $18.6 million out of the original 20 something million dollars that it collected uh, of the principal and accrued interest to the investor, leaving an outstanding balance of $7.7 million as of December 31st, 2023. It said the settlement of the portion of the loan, however, crystallized an estimated foreign exchange loss of 13.5 billion naira. In light of the above, the board of directors of Cadbury has considered various options for settling the outstanding shareholder loan obligation and reducing the company's exposure to foreign currency risk. Cadbury Nigeria said the conversion of the outstanding loan into equity was selected as the optimal option for the company, as it is expected to deleverage its balance sheet and save the company further foreign exchange losses, it said. The board approved the conversion. However, on February 8, 2024, shareholders will vote on the decision at the extraordinary meeting, EGM, extraordinary general meeting, before seeking approval from the Securities and Exchange Commission. The conversion of the $7.7 million dollars debt to equity, according to the company, will result in the creation of 402 million 82,657 shares, which will be handed to Cadbury shares at 17.5 naira per share. Cadbury Shares Overseas Limited, controlled by Mondelez International Inc., is a major investment in Cadbury Nigeria with a 74.97% stake. So let me just explain this a little bit from this little knowledge that I have. And as I'm reading this, I'm really so happy. For some of you that don't know, I'm currently doing a BSc Economics. I'm a science student. So just digressing a little bit, I'm a science student, secondary school, the Nigerian education. I really didn't do much of art. Even when I did economics, I just picked it up. I did commerce. Economics we didn't do. I just did it when I was doing my external GC, because my father asked me to. So, and then I read microbiology. My master's was pharmaceutical microbiology. My PhD, when I started, though I didn't finish, the PhD was also in pharmaceutical microbiology. And so I decided, so I just, some of the things when people are discussing, I don't understand. You don't really get to understand. You learn some things. And I really want to understand when it comes to nation building, you need knowledge. And so the first thing I did was that I actually went back to school and I did an LLB. So I have a degree in law, though I've not gone to law school. And so I've not done that. So I picked up one, and then I started again. That was in 2019. I started for the one of law. Then in 2021 or 2022, I started a BSc Economics. And as I'm reading this now, so I'm currently like in level 2. I ought to have been at the end of my level 3, but when I happened during election, I had to defer my exams, and then I went out to go and do my fellowship. So I sort of like lost a year. So I'm back now. But just reading this and just having a bit of an understanding of what is going on, it's what knowledge is all about. And I don't know, maybe so somebody who will be motivated. If there's any course you want to do out there, go out there and do it. Just start. Adult education, yeah, you will learn. You just be going slowly. And the beautiful thing about it is the fact that you know that it's not your first degree. You've already gotten your first degree. Nobody is going to beat you. So there's no that stress. So you know that you're doing it for knowledge. So there's a bit of calmness in doing all of this. But anyway, coming back to the Cadbury as issue, is that what they've now decided to do, so they've decided to give part ownership, additional ownership of the company to their to Cadbury Schweppes, and say, instead of us paying you, come and take a value of it, because to pay you is going to be so much problem and so much wahala. This is, a lot of businesses are suffering. So imagine if there are businesses who can't do this, who have borrowed money outside, like all of these importers. They borrowed money outside in dollars, or bought goods on credit and everything. Imagine what they'll be going through right now. Businesses is tough, and yet government isn't doing everything to make sure that the business environment is brought back to the place that it's supposed to be. But rather, what they are doing is that they are just stealing and stealing and stealing. Hey, what do you expect from an illegitimate government? As I always say, nobody steals to come and give you good governance. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.